alive, baby.
I always check to see if the Milltown's got a package.
The mailman. Yeah, no package. Dude, I was hawking this Behringer for a while. Like,
is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Behringer DeepMind 12 just got a synthesizer. The synthesizer. Did I tell you that I look up these like tutorial videos and it's always some European guy? It's never an American. Well, the Behringer synthesizer. You need the waveforms.
What's the full name of it?
Oscillator. The Behringer DeepMind 12.
Oh my god!
And there's not 1 through 11. It's just 12. It's just 12. And the 12.
There's not 1 through 11. He skipped.
Some synthesizers. The 12 is the amount of voices that the instrument can handle. A lot of synthesizers, you can only press one note. You can't press 2 notes at the same time.
Oh.
So this has the capabilities of playing 12 notes all at once.
Got it.
So there's monophonic and polyphonic.
So
anyways, guys, I'm already pretending like I'm a professional. Yeah, there's monophonic, polyphonic voices.
Anyways, guys, I didn't mean to start on this. So that's why that's where the 12 comes from.
Yeah.
The amount, not the iteration.
No. There's the DeepMind 6, too, which only has 6 voices. Half the price. Isn't that kind of nuts?
Yeah. Well, I asked you if you got BS bundled. You said
no,
you didn't.
No. They even left out some stuff. Like,
you have a stand, and I immediately, when I saw the stand, I go, okay, he got bundled. He got taken for a ride on the bundle.
No.
I go, no.
You think I'm getting taken for? You think I'm the type of guy that's been taken for a ride here, Hardy? You don't think I called 7 different outfits to decide which one I bought the DeepMind from?
This is true. This is you. If anyone isn't going to get BS bundled, it's you.
I even went to Guitar Center a couple days on 2 separate occasions to mess around with synthesizers, and I was in these rooms. Did I tell you about this already?
No, this is unreal.
So I went to Guitar Center in Manhattan, 14th Street.
Yeah.
To like mess around with synthesizers so I know if I even want one. You know how like you get something in your head, you're like, I want a synthesizer. Yeah. I want a guitar. I want a drum set.
Yeah, you're smart enough to even test that initial perception. Maybe this is an idiot. Maybe this is me being an idiot.
Right.
Okay, let me go test it out.
Let me go spend an hour in Guitar Center and see if I even enjoy myself, right?
Yeah, before I spend
a bunch of money.
Yeah.
This thing was, we'll put it
I was
on
going to say the price tag, but I was like, I'll save you. I don't know if it's embarrassing or just it's a high price. And I was like, I don't know if Miller wants this out there.
Like a lot of comedians, they'll be like, oh, you sold out Side Splitters in Tampa. How much do they pay you? And they're like, we'll say it off pod. That's like $20,000, $40,000. You know, it's like, no, it was below $1,000.
Yeah, it was below that, and
for an instrument,
exactly, which is super. Like we talked about, you want to go up to get quality, so you don't want to be the guy that like the synth breaks and he bought a shitty one.
Right.
It's like buying a decent piece of equipment.
Right. I'm not getting a grill. Like my parents get a grill every 2 years because it breaks on them. I'm like, why don't you spend some money and get a decent grill? Like they just get these shit grills.
Does this come up over the holidays?
It has come up. I'm like, they'll what was it? Like my mom on the road trip, she got me an air mattress for the road trip to sleep in my tent, right?
Yeah.
Day one, I blow up this air mattress, it goes flat on me. And my mom was like, it was a brand new mattress. And I'm like, it's a $20 mattress. Of course it's got a hole in it.
Yeah, you got to go up and get better.
Sometimes it pays.
Yes, it does.
To get better stuff.
An instrument is one of those things. I think shoes are kind of like this too.
Shoes.
They're not the best example, but they're still kind of like, if you, do you know what I mean? Like if you get a good shoe,
right,
it can really last.
Well, that's the thing is that a shoe you use every day.
Right.
So you might
mattress,
as well, right, mattress. These things that you use a lot, you might as well.
Yeah.
But the kickstand I got off Amazon really cheap.
Okay.
It's like $30.
Yeah, but you're the smart enough guy where you're like, okay, I'm gonna give this a test run.
Right, so I went to Guitar
You're
Center.
literally, by the way, just as an aside, like you're a test run guy. Like this is hilarious to even think about.
What do you mean I'm a test run guy?
Like, cause like God, like you like.
What the hell are you trying to say, Hardy?
Cause like it kind of like when people come into like a stereo place and they like really want to like listen to stereos.
Yeah.
My buddy's dad was into this. You know, like a guy takes a guitar for a spin.
Right.
My brother did this too. I don't know if I'm a test. I should look in. I'm not a test spin guy.
Well, there's certain things that you test run. You're not test running a grill.
Right.
You're not going to Home Depot and like, can you hook it up? I got some steaks I want to cook before I buy this thing.
That's funny.
That'd be a good move.
Yeah.
What do you think they would say?
I think they would be like, absolutely not. Yeah, but maybe you could find.
You go into some secret room. There's 5 dudes grilling.
Mike, look at the char on this baby.
Yeah. This one's really good. What kind of steaks you got there? Well, I wanted to test it out on a hot dog, a sausage link, a steak, and a burger. I got 4 different types of meat. We're gonna grill them all.
Yeah. I just like picturing you going in and the salesman who's maybe having a boring day at this place goes, "Oh my God, I think I got a test ride guy. Hey, what's going on? You need a test ride?" That's what I like thinking about.
Though I should be more open to those types of salesmen and stuff, but I bat them down immediately. Right when their mouth opens, I go, "Nah, just looking." Immediately.
Oh, that's brilliant! Right, that's why you're a real smart guy, because you get rid of those idiots.
Well, they're very knowledgeable, but I know that they're gonna try to sell me on some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, something you don't need in the synth.
And I'm just playing around. Like, even if they were to try to sell me it, they would give me this lingo. Like, I didn't learn about polyphonic and monophonic for a while, you know?
Look at you, you're even dropping now. I didn't even learn about
polyphonic. That's what I'm saying. Like,
You're
they'd
right.
probably be like, well, there's a polyphonic. And I'm like, I don't even know what you're saying, dude. Just shut up.
Just leave me. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. They're really not that helpful at that stage. You still are in the truly just investigate.
If I knew something about synth and I'm like, does this one have this capability? This one have this capability?
You don't even know what to ask.
So Guitar Center has these different rooms, right?
Yeah.
Synth room, digital keyboard, drum room, guitar room. So
are they like soundproof so they can?
They're separated a little bit so it doesn't bleed in. You know what I mean?
But you can kind of still hear.
It's not like they're all jamming together.
Yeah.
It's like a massive room, and everyone's playing to the beat. Some guys on drums and everyone's playing along. That would be genius, though. Just a jam room.
Just a bunch of fucking people that don't know how to play the instrument, all playing the instruments out loud in one room.
Which brings me to my
You're
point.
like, this is a mess.
I went to the synth room, and there's guys playing beautiful music, like really good at synth.
Oh, these guys are like, well, they D-bags. They know what to do.
They're going in there to, like, they're messing around with like the 5,000. They're like, am I going to get this $5,000 keyboard?
Yeah.
The Moog.
That's what one of them's called, the Moog.
I thought it was Moog for a while, but it's Moog.
That's pretty good. The Moog.
It's incredible. It's like LCD Sounds. It's all the big bands like Daft Punk. They'll do Moogs and stuff like that. But
those guys know, right? You like know all the bands.
I have a Daft Punk mask on when I go in there. Like, is this Daft Punk?
These other guys, though, they know how to play. They're a different kind of D-bag. They're the guys that go in that go, I'm going to show some of the test riders, the new cats in here.
They're playing with both hands. You know what I mean? Like, they're the type of keyboard, like keyboard and piano. You play with both hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You play the low, you go dun 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, they were good.
God.
This one guy was even singing them to himself as he was doing, like he was singing along
no,
and stuff.
And
that was the second time I went. That was the second time I went.
There's no reason you should be singing a little tune. You're only test driving the instrument.
I was like 50-50 between being annoyed by the guy's voice and like impressed. I didn't know really how I felt about it.
Did you ever think to yourself, maybe I should let out a note or like?
Well, the thing is that this was the second time I went. This guy's singing. The first time, no one was singing. The second time, the guy's singing. At this point, I felt like I had a little bit of cred because I had been there a couple days before.
So
I kind of felt like I was like, I belong in this.
You at least know where shit is.
Right. The first time, though, I felt like such an asshole where like people were playing beautiful music and I'm the guy that's like, just like, dun. Like playing one, out of tune.
Just holding one note.
And I'm like really trying to lower my speaker volume so that it doesn't intrude everyone else. And I'm like right up against the speaker so that no one else can hear what I'm doing.
Oh, it's like coming out of the separate speaker.
There's a bunch of different there's like speakers hooked up to each one of these.
That's so funny.
Instruments.
And all the synths are in the same room.
Yes.
So you are getting some real overlap.
Yeah.
You would have to kind of like drown out one of the other guys, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
With your weak starter
package. And there's even a portion where like someone was playing something nice and I was trying to like compliment it a little bit.
Shut the fuck
There's but I would just play like very low ominous notes because that's easy to you can play anything over a low ominous note. So I'll just go, whoa, and they'd be playing. And I'll be like, whoa, whoa.
There's something so funny.
Can you imagine if I'm looking over? I'm like, come on, Skip.
That's what's so funny. There's something so funny about a guy like going into a guitar center or a place with music and like sliding up on a guy who's playing the guitar and be like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey.
Keep up with that.
Yeah.
And then I start playing along.
This guy's like, who the fuck
what key is that?
Guy?
G sharp? All
right. Got it. I gotcha.
Anyone else want to hop in?
Yeah, you're like, dude, come on.
Drummer, play louder. He's in the drum room, so he starts playing really loud so that we can hear him.
Dude, come on. Come on, man. I'm just trying to, like, hear the instrument. You're fucking sitting next to it.
The best is that it was, like, on a Wednesday at, like, 1 p.m. where, like, only unemployed people are, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Most people are at work. We're in Guitar Center, like, testing out equipment.
So the second day you went in and you were with the...
Second day, I had watched a couple hours of YouTubes.
Right.
And I've looked up different types of synthesizers.
Right.
So I know, like, oh, this one is a monophonic, this one's and I
what
know...
is that? Can you tell me what that is? What's monophonic?
Monophonic, you can only play one note at a time. The moment you hit the second note, the first note lets go.
Got it.
Versus polyphonic, I can play one note and then hold it, and it continues to play, and then I play the second note. Both notes start playing at the same time.
Do you know? Why would you want a mono? Why would someone want a one note one? Do you know what?
I think sometimes you get like you can get some sounds out of a monophonic. I think that you can't get out of a polyphonic.
Got it.
You get a real intense guttural like.
Yeah, people use it for more specific sorts of things. Did you know which one you wanted? You just kind of.
I wanted a polyphonic because I'm looking for some like Hans Zimmer like.
Yeah, you were saying
very, very ethereal, like spacey.
Yeah.
Just soundscapes. That's what I'm looking for. But I also want to do a little dancing.
Yeah,
you know?
Play around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go. Yeah.
But so the second time I had like 3 or 4 synths in mind that I wanted to get. Like those were my options. After doing some research, I'm like, these are the 4 options.
Right.
And I tested some of them out. The Behringer wasn't there at Guitar Center. They don't hold it.
Oh, this is the one you end up getting too.
And this is the one that I ended up getting.
So what the hell? You didn't get to test it out. You had to test out a similar model.
I got to test out a model that was similar to this, but a different, like the Juno.
Different make.
There was like a Juno SD there that like was similar.
Yeah.
That was polyphonic and had this type of thing. But I'd watched a bunch of YouTubes, and there was this one guy that was doing. He was like, "These are the top 5 beginner synths," and then the last one was the Behringer. He goes, "This is a flagship." He kept on saying flagship. I was like, that sounds pretty good. He was like, this is a flagship piece. You don't need anything else if you got this Behringer.
I love words so much. Flagship's awesome.
It's That's a great word for an instrument. This is your flagship instrument.
It's like state of the art.
Yeah.
This is your flagship mind eraser Behringer. What is it?
Deep mind.
Deep mind. State of the art. Milestone.
He goes, this is a flagship. This isn't your gigging. You're not going to gig with this. You're not bringing it.
What does that mean?
He goes, you're not bringing this on the road with you to play on the road. This is a at-home studio.
Like, I'm not bringing this on any road.
You're making, yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, that rules 3 of them out because I'm not gigging anywhere. I might gig in Central Park one day, dude. Just play some weird soundscapes. See if I make
for
any
the
money.
Listeners, you do have a little bit of a musical background, no? You were in a band.
I mean, first of all, I took piano lessons when I was like 4 years old. So that helps.
Yeah.
I was in a band called Baby Shower. I played bass guitar, but I've got an ear for stuff.
Yeah, sure. But you got a bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say, like, if someone was like, we're going to jam out in the key of, we're going to go D flat. See, like, I don't even know if D flat's a thing. Yeah. Like, there are a couple notes where there aren't flats. Like D flat, G sharp, all that stuff.
Right.
I'd be like,
you'd need a little time.
Yeah.
To get into jam shape.
Yeah.
That's a thing. You get into jam shape.
I'm thinking about, like, taking some, like, YouTube piano lessons and actually learning how to, like,
or gigging in Central Park. That would be hilarious. People would stop, though, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Although, with the synth, it sounds pretty good, so.
The synth, like, you could get some tweakers out there.
Yeah.
With that synth. You know what I mean?
Start dancing and shit. Yeah.
Not just kind of like, like
yeah,
sitting on, you know those people in Washington Square Park that, like, lie underneath the piano? There's a guy that plays piano, and then some people go and lie underneath because, like, the sound under there is, like, the most crisp or something. Like, I mean, I've never lied under there. I'm assuming it's
it's so different. Yeah, so he's telling you about the flagship.
He's telling me about the flagship.
This is not your gigging,
right? And then I did some demo. Like, there were some demos. I, like, listened to some guys play different ones.
Real people or.
Yeah, just real people on YouTube. They're like,
oh, okay.
And the funny thing is that, like, some of the titles for the YouTubes, because a lot of these people, like, describe the synth. They're like, well, this and that. Some of the titles will be like Behringer DeepMind 12 demo (parentheses no talking).
Oh, I love that.
Because they're like,
it's like black coffee.
This is straight. Yeah. We're playing. If you want to listen to it and see what this thing's capable of, this is your video. If you want to hear some loser nerd talk about it, then this is not.
You want to hear some loser,
talking.
Right? Some loser describe. No loser describing. I hate that in videos. I would be going no talking, like, heavy.
And they're plugging random stuff in the beginning up top.
Yeah,
you're like, where are we getting?
Right,
when's the playing?
You know, they'll go like, hey guys, if you haven't subscribed to Baby Shower, go hit the subscribe button right now.
So this is the Behringer DeepMind. We know it's the Behringer DeepMind. So you don't have to say those. Those are wasted words.
Here we go. Here's the box for the Behringer DeepMind 12.
Comes out.
Comes
good
out.
Build. Mahogany sides.
Yep, it's got this, like, lining inside, just like your basic wrapping lining.
I'll tell you what, I was impressed right off the bat. It's like, no, just play it.
What does it sound like? No talking videos.
No talking.
That's the hard stuff. You're in, like, the deep, deep, deep underbelly of synth world.
Yeah, 1,000 views per video. And 1,000 comments.
No,
each person has commented.
Yeah, there's no talking. You're not allowed to talk either when you watch the video.
Dude, we need to start getting listeners. We need to start getting our comment ratio up.
Yeah, this is actually brilliant because we can answer comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we had a 1-to-1 view comment ratio? Every single person that viewed it had a comment. That would be
sweet. That would be really killer. I had good comments high on my Instagrams.
Yeah.
But
good for you.
Yeah, that's a great response. Wah, wah, wah.
Here I am talking about my new instrument for 20 minutes, and no, you can't say anything, Hardy. It's about me.
Way to go. Anyway.
Oh, cough. Omicron, dude.
Dude, yeah, well, fuck that shit.
Here's the issue with the test. So Hardy wants to say, I tried to order some more tests, and they were out.
Finally, you've been giving me all this shit.
No.
Hey, do 10 minutes of thinking.
I'm assuming I can get it tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
I mean, granted, I got 4 tests.
Yeah. You do have more?
I've got 1 pack. It's a 2-pack. So there are 2 tests in here.
I might need... What about... I need one for Wednesday.
Here's the issue. There's 2 issues. One...
Yeah.
I feel like you bringing home... Here, we'll go ahead. There's different components to this. It's not just like a...
Oh.
So once you open it up, it kind of gets loose.
Yeah.
So if you want...
It gets loose. Oh, there's 2 in there?
If you want, I can give you one.
Yeah.
And I can send you a picture of the directions. Or give you the Spanish version of directions. There's an English version and a Spanish version.
I could probably get away.
I'm not going to use that.
Yeah, I could probably do the Spanish maybe.
Or you can call me when... Or I'm really curious to see if you have it right now, man.
I'll take that right now.
I almost wanted to give you one right now and then save the second one for...
I'll take that right now.
Me Wednesday. Because can you imagine if you have it right now and we discover it on the pod live?
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I don't think I have it. I just got a Rapid.
Thursday.
Yeah.
And then you hung out with people and you're at diners and stuff. I saw the pictures.
That doesn't mean anything.
What? How does it not mean anything?
I was wearing masks.
The picture that I saw it didn't have a mask.
Yeah, it was just for the picture. No, there weren't masks.
And you're with a human.
Yeah.
That
but
was it SantaCon? He's partying all the time.
I'm not going to say.
He was going to SantaCon.
Okay, but you act like this rapid test was 2 weeks ago. It was 3 days ago.
Right. What's today? Monday?
When did
you hang out with Cal?
Saturday night.
Okay, so it wouldn't even come up. There's no even point to do rapid.
Well, this is what I'm saying. And my PCR's not back yet from Thursday, but I have to get another one before I go home.
Dude, the lines have been out of control.
Dude, I was just telling you about, I think the Harlem one got into the news because it was a disaster. It was 100 people the entire day. It took me 4 hours. They started to take people's names and numbers late in the day.
Yeah.
And regular people had to wait on that line too. If you were sick. It was a disaster. And that was it was like that.
This was a hospital?
No, City MD. And City MD is one of the
if you're really sick, you're not going to City MD. They weren't that sick.
Yeah, but I don't have insurance.
Right.
So there's a bunch of people that don't have insurance that have to go somewhere to do this. Unless the government just wants... They're just so bad.
He's bad.
Yeah, I know. I just don't
even get me...
Don't even get me started.
He says the government, then giggles to himself.
Don't even get me started on the government and this overreach.
Well, did you hear that... I don't know who it was. Someone, whoever's in charge, De Blasio, Cuomo, I don't know who's in charge.
Yeah.
But whoever's in charge, a couple weeks before this outbreak in Omicron, decommissioned 20 testing sites. He was essentially we don't need these testing sites anymore.
Why did he do that? Did they say?
He just didn't think that Omicron was going to,
Yeah.
Or conspiracy, they want us to get...
Right.
Here's the funny thing about, and I don't want to be the red state guy.
Yeah. Well, we're a red state pod now.
Yeah, red state.
Anti-vax list has gotten crazy, and and I will say the government is completely unprepared for what's happening.
Right.
And that is the bare minimum statement of where I could go with that. They're clearly unprepared. Saying violently.
Saying that the state is unprepared isn't a red or blue thing. It's just what I mean.
It's objective. That's right. That's right.
If Trump were in office, it would be just as unprepared. You know what I mean? This isn't a Biden.
Sure.
I'm sure everything. But I was reading an article, and they were one of the issues with Omicron is that the symptoms are of like a common cold. So a lot of cases go undetected.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, so if the symptoms are a common cold, then why do we even care? Yeah. What are we protecting against if it's the common cold? You know what I mean? Right. If that's what COVID has become, is the common cold, then who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
you know what I mean?
No. It's like this whatever segment of the population.
Right, if you're unvaccinated and have comorbidities or whatever it's called.
Or if you're just like super, super, super fat or old or something.
Right.
Or I don't know how to say that without it sounding a little off, but it's true. If you're in a vulnerable demographic. Right. Then that's what we're still protecting against, right. I believe. Yeah.
Whatever happened, you think Darwin right now? What would Darwin's take right now be? He'd be like, well, "We're shutting down for a cold. We should be thankful for pandemics."
He would probably.
Darwin wants pandemics.
I mean, one thing that he would definitely is like, hey, you can't pollute the air, pollute the water, eat like shit, not tell people about the problems with big pharma. Get people addicted to heroin. Watch a documentary. That's a mass prescription drugs. Not tell people about depression. Not tell people about sleeping problems. Not tell people about neuroses. Don't give people money for mental health.
Sounds like you haven't been thinking about this for a while.
Don't do any of this. Don't do any of that. And then when there's a fucking problem because of how nature was just like, yo, what are you doing? That's all it was. Like, oh my God, there's a disease. Yes, we're wildly unsanitary as a planet. To the extent where the globe just started heating up. Think about how bad you have to be doing to do that.
Yeah.
That would be like if you just were like, as a human being, like part of your body just got way hot. And you're like, well, I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
My dick's on fire. It's just a really bad look. So I think, we've really made, we've made it, I haven't been thinking about it at all.
I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what.
I'm getting fired.
This synthesizer and documentary have been a lifesaver because if not for that, I would be right with you and cursing the city. But I've been like, no, let me just fucking sit in my apartment and work on these projects. You need to get your laptop, dude.
I know.
If you had your laptop and you work on that short, man, you'd be cruising.
I would be cruising. I have been able, though, to work on stuff. Obviously, I've had to go places periodically.
Yeah.
But I haven't been able to, obviously, we couldn't shoot the thing. I can't go do comedy. Yeah. All of that was canceled over the weekend.
Comedy is kind of like, to be honest with you, a little bit of relief.
Yeah, well, there's too many people in one place. That's like one of the big spreaders.
Yeah.
In person. I can't even believe I talk like it's just so fun. Will say this. Being alone in your room, isolated, generally speaking, when it gets dark at 3:15 and you can't see a thing, is not very healthy.
No.
So
I got vitamin D pills to help me with that. Yeah. I went, dude. I went for like a walk today. I was like, let me just go down to Lower East Side, take a walk, grab a sandwich at Regina's, and then walk back.
No,
took a couple meanders,
Yeah.
Let me do another block this way.
I did the same thing. Ended up at Central Park, and looked at the stars for 3 hours the other night.
Yeah,
2 hours. I do that stuff all the time. I'm doing stuff like that. It don't really look like that sometimes because I don't I don't tell people sometimes what I'm doing.
Walking by myself.
Yeah.
See the stars, and then you pan to the sky. You can't see any stars.
I know. It's very shitty.
Can you see stars in Central Park?
Yeah. And by the way, listen to this.
No, you can't.
Miller, I swear to God, I didn't count, but I would guess I saw about 10 to 15 shooting stars that night. Can you believe that?
In Central Park, you can see stars?
Swear on my life. And I saw one. I kept seeing them. And I was like, those are shooting stars. I don't know if I've ever seen that. And then one of them was like very low and was like almost in like Mario where it like shot and you could see the tail and it just shot across the sky. And I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Is there anything better than a shooting star when you see one?
Dude, it changed me around. It really helped me.
Because when you see a shooting star,
yeah,
you're watching that sky for another like 20 minutes. You're like, I need to see another one. Right?
Yeah.
If you see a shooting star, you're not like continuing your walk. You stop and then you look for another.
That's what happened. I felt so weird leaving at the end. I felt guilty. I was like, when am I going to be catching shooting stars again? Should I stay?
Catching shooting stars.
I had just seen Come On, Come On. The Joaquin Phoenix A24 movie, Black
How
and White.
was it?
Oh, it was
amazing,
fantastic. Crying. I'm just crying. I'm weeping. It's positive, but it's grounded. This double bat. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just crying. I'm weeping. I'm like, I'm going to the Central Park. I can't. I gotta.
Is it only in theaters?
Yeah, I hope so, too. I hope it's just fucking...
Theater guy.
Yeah. Get these people up and out.
Dude, do you think if we go see Spider-Man tonight at like
love Spider-Man.
11 o'clock, no one would be in there?
No, I can tell you why. I looked at it last night. They have midnights, 11, 11:30, 11:45, packed. Now, that was because it was opening weekend, though. So as you go along, it may get less.
I bet like Monday night, right before the holidays, no one is in that theater.
We'll pull it up.
Everyone's scared.
They're not. I'll tell you what, not for Spider-Man. That stupid franchise. People fucking...
Hold on.
Yeah.
I saw the reviews for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
they were off the chart. Like Rotten
Really?
Tomatoes user is 99%.
Yeah, so...
Rotten Tomatoes critic is like 94, 95. And I'm like, whatever. Avengers got that, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all my buddies are saying it's incredible. Like, granted, Choi said it was okay. Janine said it was okay. But
Choi said it was okay?
He may have, I forget what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, it was fine.
Then I would say that
it's pretty good.
Yeah, damn good. Choi's turning into my buddy Dave, where like if he goes, yeah, like it was pretty, yeah, it was, it was what it was. I'm like, oh, I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be damn good. Because Choi's very particular. Like he'll like a certain flick, but like he can be like he won't reference something unless it was like he really like caught him. Yeah,
like Pig, he loves Pig, and that was an amazing movie, right?
Yeah.
But all these people are loving Spider-Man, so I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up wanting to watch it.
I want to.
And I was in one night, so I watched the one before.
Oh yeah, like
so that I got a little Holland action, see what it was.
Did you like that?
I didn't want I went into it being like, I'm not gonna like this.
Yeah,
I probably haven't liked a superhero movie.
Yeah, you're not
maybe since like Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Like it's been a while. Maybe Wolverine. I think Wolverine was pretty good.
Right, because you love your grit.
Yeah, I like my grit. And I watched it.
Yeah. And
some of the moments I was like, this is corny.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was like, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited for this next Spider-Man.
I looked last night at Lincoln Square IMAX. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
And one seat open. There's probably 300 seats in there. One seat.
And this is when Omicron's raging. This is Sunday night?
Sunday night. Last IMAX, it was like a 10:30, 11 showing. 10:30 showing. One seat.
Damn, man.
Yeah, bro. Then I looked at Times Square, 25. AMs, they get later showings more. They had showings every like 15 minutes from like 10 to midnight, including a 3D midnight.
Why is Spider-Man?
That I almost went to. I was like, I'm going to a 3D.
When's
midnight.
the last time you've been to a 3D?
I hadn't seen. I was shocked. I go 3D.
I was shocked. 3D. Someone looking at their computer screen and moving 3D.
Well, you're right. When was the last time you saw that even offered?
I honestly don't think I've seen a 3D movie since Avatar. Since like the first one. Like I can't even think of another 3D movie I saw.
Yeah, me too, dude. It was like Avengers,
maybe like the
Hugo.
Incredibles or so, like Incredibles 2 might have been 3D or
there
some
was
cartoony.
Yup. You know what was like the drop?
Jackass, maybe. I may have saw Jackass 3D.
Great call. Jackass was in 3D. That's funny. Jackass 3D. And Great Gatsby was in 3D. They tried to do this.
Yeah. I saw Great Gatsby in 3D too.
Which is when I started respecting Leo again. Like, I'm sorry. I love Leo for that. He's not above. He's not a guy that's going to go, don't put me in 3D. Yeah. No. You put me in 3D. If you think you got the
I'll work 3D. Don't tempt me with a 3D offer.
You know, like,
I'll take it just because it's 3D. Yeah. Script sucks. But if it's 3D, I'm doing 3D. It.
That's one of the greatest actors, if not the greatest actor of our time, right? Him, Joaquin, a couple of these other guys. Look, Christian Bale, 3D, he goes for 3D. When do you think one of those other guys is going to let you go 3D? I wonder, no one can see this probably because of the split.
I might have to do a special effect for this point where it merges back to full.
You do like the Spider-Man?
Zoom out? Yeah. I might have to do that.
Dude, I respect a real fucking guy. People that aren't so big for their damn britches that they won't do like Titanic or 3D. Yeah.
I'm waiting for you to finish your thought so I can get my point in.
It's just like,
are you done?
I'm done. I'm waving the white flag. I can feel the energy of that zap.
We need...
Yeah.
You know how you did your top movies?
Yeah.
We also need a top, like...
Oh, this is good.
Top 15 or 20 actors and actresses.
Yes.
Of the last 20. And I don't want to go through periods because their careers span so long, you know?
Yeah, that was a weird thing I did.
But maybe top 20...
I don't want to go through weird 5
decades.
5-year blocks.
I don't say DiCaprio in this decade because he had some slip-ups.
Right, so you're saying generationally, give me more of a...
Maybe through the, like, I don't want you to go back to, like, who, like Chinatown, you know? Like, we don't,
Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, we're not doing Charlie, but maybe the past, like, 30 years since we've been alive. Since in your lifetime, in your specific lifetime, Leo, Bay, like these guys,
90s.
Would you put
Clooney and I mean, he's not
Adam Driver in there?
Great question.
Like these new cats are really coming on.
No, Driver's coming
on. Who's the guy in Dune? Who's the lead actor in
Chalamet.
Dune? Chalamet. Like these new cats.
Yeah,
are really good.
Yeah, Driver's probably
Chalamet
not in
and the
it.
King.
Yeah. Did you? Oh yeah. Every time we meet, I ask you if you've seen The King, and you always are like, "Yes, I've seen The King."
Who would you?
So good. Did you watch The Outlaw King?
It took me like 3 sittings.
You didn't.
I wasn't.
Well, you're so interesting as a movie viewer.
Here's the issue with me.
Figure you're such an enigma. I swear to God, sit up at night going, "What could I give Miller that would be the right mix?"
Here's the issue. If there's something like a little too corny or something in the first like 10 minutes, and it's not a corny. Like an Adam Sandler movie, I know there's going to be corn in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But the Outlaw King, there was a couple lines where I was come
really?
on.
Okay. Come on.
Like they're sparring for fun, and they're like, "Oh, methinks, you know," like, and I'm
oh, really? Methinks you've done better.
Yeah,
no,
when you were a boy, you know, and I'm like, "Come on, man, come on." Like the king had.
I don't know what to do with
the king had grit.
It did.
If we're going medieval,
no, don't get me wrong. I think the King is much better than Outlaw. I think the King's one of the. I'm still blown away by how people don't bring up the King. That
I think
fight
it's because it's a
Netflix.
Netflix. Is it a Netflix movie?
Yeah,
Netflix movies. I don't know how they because like they fly under the radar.
Yeah, some of them go.
They don't get
the
the advertisements that theater movies get.
No, there's too many of them though. I don't like the way. I don't like where they've gone now. There's 1,000 fucking movies. I can't figure out where I am in Netflix. Do you know what I mean?
Would you put Paul Giamatti? Would you put Paul Giamatti in the top 25?
Okay. Well, now Paul Giamatti is a blue collar lunch pail actor. He'll work on anything. And I like that about him, right? He'll be an evil villain.
But he's not top 25.
No, sideways. Paul Giamatti has got some brilliant roles.
Have you seen The Last Quartet? I think he's in that.
The Last Quartet?
The Last Quartet's actually a really good movie.
Yeah. Dude, you know what he's into? Here's one of my, by the way, I'm glad Paul Giamatti. The Truman Show is now my top 5 movie. It's back in the top 5.
You rewatched it?
And I cried so hard. It's the greatest allegory for what it is currently like to be a human being and for the awakening of the spirit that's ever existed. The Truman and Jim Carrey.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, and Jim Carrey's performance. There's a couple performances I've caught recently. Bale, American Psycho,
right, all
time. Jim Carrey, Truman Show, all time. Those two.
See here,
you got to
Here's the
time.
issue with me.
Yeah,
is that sometimes I feel that it's a defeat to rewatch a movie. I'm not a big rewatcher.
Okay, well let me tell you something. You haven't seen a movie
because I feel like it's I feel like it's sometimes wasted because I'm like I could delve into this new flick.
Right. Okay, I get that. I feel that too, but you got to weigh.
There's a surrendering. There's a surrendering.
Yeah.
That I feel when I watch a movie for a second time.
A surrendering.
Where I'm like, I'm not really going after. Like,
it's a
little lazy.
Well, but here's the thing, though. There's so many movies
I need to rewatch.
That are you can't really like one. It's okay. One, let's just talk. It depends on the time period of your life, bro. So, like, if you haven't seen that movie in a while, it may hit you different now.
Right.
1. 2, it's hard. Like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Dune, both those movies were way better the second time I saw them.
See, I'll rewatch. I rewatched Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. Because it's just too hard. There's too much stimulus. I don't get things very, like.
Did you see the original Dune?
No, I've struggled to pull the trigger on that. Have you watched what that looks like the day? Yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched it before I even knew that a new Dune was coming out.
Did you like it?
I watched it like a year ago.
Wow.
I fell asleep during some of it.
I was like, I wonder where he's gonna go. You didn't like, yeah.
It was cool. It was a cool story. I was like, this is a cool movie.
Okay. I watched War of the Worlds last night. Tom Cruise.
How many movies are you taking down a week?
I take down one to two a day. 1 to 2 a night.
Get out of here.
Yeah, done for about the past since.
Do you do stuff during, or do you focus on the movie?
I focus on the movie. The thing though is like, well, it just depends on the movie. I'll pause it if I'm going to go do something else for a bit, But I focus on the movie. Since 2007, 2008. I've been doing that. So now I'm in
such a long time ago.
It's so many.
You need to get on Letterboxd, man. I'm telling you.
I'm getting on Letterboxd. That I will do.
Johnny Dragg's a big listener of the pod. He's like, you need to get Hardy on Letterboxd.
Done deal, Johnny. I'm on. I'll give you my 2 cents.
There might be a website there. I'm telling you, dude, if you go on Letterboxd, that might be how you get famous.
Yeah, just like
screw TikTok, screw Instagram, Letterboxd. You might be like a good movie critic.
Yeah, I would love. Sometimes I get worried that I want to do movies, and I get worried that I would be too good at just like critiquing them, and people will be like, "Nah, don't do them, just critique them." And I'm like, "No, don't box me in. I'm more."
We appreciate you trying for this part, but we'd rather you critique our movie.
We think you're good.
Baby shower merch.
Oh yeah, I went heavy baby shower today. Yeah, but anyway, I like the idea of doing because I've been on this kick of I've been going into movies performance first. Like, where can I go? Like, let me rewatch a movie that I think has a great performance.
Right.
And I'll look up what people say is like all-time performance, And Bale is one of like.
Would you
Brando.
Say? I put my parents on Primal Fear.
Yeah. I would say I have to rewatch it now because I've gotten more information from you.
What's his name? Had a pretty Norton. Ed Norton.
Yeah.
He plays like a schizophrenic. That's an insane performance where you play a couple different characters.
Yeah, facts. And he in American History X.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
Okay. I think we've arrived.
Really?
I think this is maybe. I think this actually could be the one
Really?
that I get really back in the game with you. I think that's.
Well, I wouldn't say you were out of the game. Outlaw King, it's not like you were pressuring me for Outlaw King. You know what I mean?
Right. No,
Primal
but I take
Fear,
it. Yeah.
Primal Fear, there was something left on the tongue where I was like, I just wish there was one more taste. There was one more flavor in it.
Yeah, and again,
It's
I'm
like
always
there was no
chasing.
dessert, you know?
I'm always chasing Clayton in the game.
The game was such a good...
Yeah, those were my first two recommendations to you. I came so hot out of the gate. Again, I didn't even realize what I was doing at the time.
The game, that's now my go-to movie to suggest to people. Like a bunch of people got COVID this past week, and they're like, "Oh, send me movies to watch." And I was like, "The game." Amy Cardinale was. I sent her the game, and then she posted again. She's like, "All right, I'm putting together a list of all the movies that everyone sent me," and I go, I messaged her. I go, "The game better be on it."
Yeah.
And I was like pissed. It was like halfway down the list.
Really?
And I almost wanted to message her, be like, "That. How is the game not number one on your list right now? These other movies are trash."
These other movies are garbage. That's the problem with people, though, is like it's tough to get them pinned, you know, because again, you can kind of try to figure people out. Some people are easy. My buddy Rich, his wife Rada, pretty easy to get a beat on it. Like she likes a sociopath. She likes someone trying to catch a killer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I got a nice range. We got a nice range here we can stay in.
Yeah.
You know?
God, man. American History X, huh? Is it American History X?
Yeah.
All right. What's the other American?
Oh, yeah.
With Denzel?
Oh, American Gangster.
American Gangster.
Yeah,
that was pretty. You didn't like that one?
I thought that movie kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But.
Dude.
Yeah.
Denzel has to be in your top 25.
Denzel. Yeah.
I don't think there's been a Denzel movie where I don't enjoy it.
Yes. That's a great.
He is one of the great actors of all time.
Absolutely. Denzel.
God, Denzel is such a badass.
Such a badass. He's got
Hanks. See, there's too many, dude.
Well, Hanks.
There's too many. It's going to be really hard to once you give me your 25, I'm going to start saying some names and you're going to be like, damn.
Yeah, who am I? Well, I can tell you right now.
Is Meryl Streep on your list? Should we go actors and actresses separate or together?
Maybe. Oh, that's a good question. Maybe together. Is that more?
I don't know.
Who knows these days? Yeah.
Kate Blanchett.
Anywho, Blanchett. Wow. Yeah, you're like, I don't
She's
know.
been in some movies where
I got Joaquin
it seems like a
there.
performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got Joaquin in there. Right? You're not going to get around her, the master. Like, come on.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, wow.
See, there's some people where you're kind of like that.
Yeah, I got Leo.
Leo. Who's Phantom Thread guy?
I might have Chastain in there.
Phantom Thread. You got your lady from Three Billboards.
Oh, Frances.
Yeah, Frances McDermott.
She's in a movie with Denzel, by the way, that's coming out soon.
Really?
That Joel Cohen of the Coen brothers, just Joel, is directing about Macbeth.
See, I really...
Come on.
Oh,
bro.
that thing? I've seen it. It's like black and white. Yeah, I've seen that.
You got a little bit of something.
I'll watch it. It'll be fun. It'll be fun, but it's not going to be anything to be rewatched. But Frances McDermott, I was on a bad. I really didn't like her for a while.
McDormand. Oh, you
Frances, whatever. Three Billboards.
Yeah. Nomadland.
Nomadland, I wasn't a fan of, and I'm like, all right, let's get.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, what happened?
And then she came. She was in Primal Fear.
Oh,
Old Frances,
wow.
young Frances, I should say. And I was like, all right, Francis. All right.
There's nothing
now
like
I don't
a
get
guy,
this salty character.
There's nothing like a guy who starts like, you start watching more film and you're like, oh, wait a tick. Maybe this is why this person's been sticking around.
Yeah.
You know, they show up. Hey, have you seen Francis in Primal Fear? I love that. Dude, Giamatti's in Truman Show.
Really?
Yeah, he's in The Moon with Ed Harris, and he's great.
Ed Harris.
Dude.
I really can't wait until your top 25 where there's some like wild card. You know what I mean?
There's going to be,
like Jack Black.
Oh, my God. Well, right, comedic actors.
Anyways.
I'm trying to think of just who won the Oscar, like some of the Oscars. Keaton might have to be in there with Birdman and Spotlight.
See, that's is like, are you now doing?
That's the thing.
Kind of like 2 or 3, like, oh, they were an all-star in those 2 or 3. Or are you looking at the
body of work?
The body of work.
Yeah. Body of work.
Keaton doesn't seem. Yeah, granted, he had a couple great performances, but he doesn't seem like a killer.
Body of work. You got to
like
look
Leo.
at guys like Hanks, Tom Cruise, Jeff Bridges.
Right, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is.
If
one of
you
my
don't
all-time.
have,
that's the
name?
Yeah, like
Philip Seymour. If Philip Seymour Hoffman isn't in your list,
yeah. Well, he's on one of the greats,
untouchable.
He's like Patrice O'Neal in a way, where it's like, and hear me out. It's like he's just so undeniable his talent that like. You just can't. It's like, yeah, you just like, there's a lot of great work, obviously, but you can just see, like, watching him, he pops off. I was watching Boogie Nights again the other night.
Yeah.
He pops off the screen and he's surrounded by Mark Wahlberg, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. I need to gain some weight, man.
Why? How did that come up?
I think if he was skinny, he wouldn't be as great.
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yeah. I feel like I need some weight for the camera.
Yeah, the camera does like it a little bit, I think, maybe. It likes a big mug. You got a big head.
It's long. It's not big, though. You have to do a wide shot of me to get my...
It's a long head.
That's why I don't do... There's these barbers, they always want to do a high and tight, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, everyone's rocking high and tights. I'm like, I've got a long head already.
Yeah,
if you go high and tight, that just elongates my head. I need a short and wide.
Yeah. Dude, we used to talk about this, though. Hanks had one year where he did, I think it was one year he did Sleepless in Seattle and Saving Private Ryan. Or like, and then another year he had like Toy Story and Philadelphia and Forrest Gump. It's like the craziest back-to-back year span. It's 4 absolute undisputed classics, and they're different. Rom-com, Sleepless in Seattle, Toy Story,
what do you think Tom Hanks
kids
is
film,
like?
Saving Private Ryan for Philadelphia.
You think he's like a cool guy?
Great question.
I bet he's like
Probably
kind of a normal
fucker.
family man.
You don't think he's a bit
guy.
of a weird fucker though? Like, like in some instances. He's a
weird fucker, man. He's a fucking weird fucker.
He's like a family man. He probably, no, you know what? I think he's a big time family guy. I think you're right. He's probably like...
I bet he reads the newspaper every morning, watches ESPN, eggs and bacon every morning.
Yeah, but I bet he like forces his kids to play board games.
Moses
and
lawn.
I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
Lawn.
Don't force your kid to play board games. You want to play board games? That's fine. But he's like one of these dads that's kind of like, hey, come on, we need the...
Are you going to force your kids to do anything if you have kids? I will force my...
I'll force them to be themselves.
Good answer.
That is the one thing.
The one thing I will... I'm going to institute a lot of things into my kids.
Wait, you're an institutor? You got to relax on this.
Hard work.
Okay.
All that stuff. I will whatever
that stuff.
Whatever you want to do, go ahead. But like you're gonna get a job freshman year of high school. You will be
I don't mind that.
You will be working.
I don't mind that.
I don't care what it is.
Because you're allowing for a little bit of you don't care what it is.
You just need a job. You need to learn how to work.
you got to worry about, well, you got to watch out for expectation. If you get too much into like expecting, then you can really drive your kids wild.
Yeah. They will play basketball. All the other sports are up to them. But
are you serious about that?
I would if they
he leans back. He goes, I gotta be honest.
If they really don't want to play basketball, that's fine.
But they're not getting a hamburger for dinner.
They'll know.
Oh, that's
that I'm big into basketball.
Okay. Oh, if they know that you're annoyed that they don't like basketball, you should be ashamed.
No, they'll.
Okay.
They might catch on.
That's terrible.
They might catch me in the neighbor's driveway shooting hoops with the other kid.
No, honey, it's totally fine. I know you don't like to play.
I'm gonna play with Jim's son. They're shooting outside, and I'm like, that'd be great. My son walks into the living room, and I'm just staring out the window at like my neighbor and his son shooting hoops. I've got a brand new hoop in our yard that hasn't been shot on.
Yeah, that's the shit I don't want to hear you. Oh, you buy a new hoop. And why isn't anyone using the hoop? No one asked you to get a hoop, you weird fucker.
I will have a hoop in my I'll be using it.
Okay, but that's just for you. You got to sit down with the family and say, "Hey, no one's got to play basketball, all right?"
I'm dribbling. Listen, no one's got to play basketball. I'm practicing my skills.
You got the ball
Headband
in the
on.
kitchen.
Got Jordan jersey on. Listen. No more pressuring you guys to play basketball.
You need to just say, I'm going to be shooting a lot of hoops. I played when I was younger. This is important to me. That does not mean you guys have to take to this. And I want you to understand. Your one son already
What do you guys say we watch Hoosiers tonight?
All right, pass me the cookies, and they're like little basketball shaped. But Dad, everything's basketball around here. I just want to stress that has nothing to do with you.
My laundry's got a basketball hoop over it. I'm shooting my laundry into the hoop.
You better be cognizant of that. You just want to stress to them, you do not have to play with me. And you're going to have to go out of your way to make sure that you don't act like some weird fucker when they aren't into it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
I will probably get really into whatever they're really into.
That's a great thing. That's the best thing I think you could do is mirror the child. Right.
But they will know.
I don't know what that But they will know how many points I scored.
Yeah, and I'll know how many points. I'll be like, you've only.
They will know you really.
As I'm skiing, I will be practicing on my shot. I will be doing air motions as I'm carving up the. They're really into skiing, and I'm like,
yeah. You're. Oh shit.
Oh god, that's fine.
You're gonna
just throw it on the ground.
You gotta make sure. This is a real thing. I said this one time. Someone was like, my kid, I was this girl I was working with at Thomson Reuters when I was making cold calls. She goes, I'm like, oh, this girl's in trouble. She was like blonde, tiny, like very sorority shout. She was like, my kids have to be athletes. And I'm just saying that's like just what they have to. And I was like, all right, you need to pull the brake on that. You need to cool off. What if they're not an athlete? That's a very, very probable scenario. Many people, you're like, everyone's got a little bit of athleticism.
No, well, there's something to say for forcing your kids at an early age to play team sports, to learn. Like, there's things that you learn. If they don't want to play in middle school, high school, that's fine.
Okay.
But you need to meet some kids. You need to learn teamwork, all that stuff. If you want to go play, if you want to do theater in middle school, that's cool. We can drop drop the sports.
Or anything. Yeah, like they could want to be debaters or they could be, there's a lot of fucking things.
Understood. But there's a solid foundation. There's a solid foundation that's instilled in children by playing youth sports.
Okay, I will.
Friendship, compassion, hard work.
I'm gonna say I think a lot of that's dog shit.
Capitalism.
That's right. I think a lot of what's underlining this is just dog shit. They can learn a lot of this stuff elsewhere. Yeah. I will say I don't disagree.
You
with putting them.
You sit at home and write with your kid. See how many friends they have when they're in high school.
Yeah, that's so right. My kid's gonna get homeschooled. He's gonna be like, "Dad, this sucks."
Dad, can I just stay at home and journal?
Have you seen Captain Fantastic?
Dad,
that's like gonna be me with my fucking.
I want to journal and meditate.
Dad, come on! I don't want to go to the movie. That's gonna be tough for me. Kids not into the movies. Wow. All right,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, I'm not watching flicks. We're doing what you're doing. I do agree with placing your kid. Here's the thing. You do an initial placement. You go, hey, little, Ashley, whatever. We'll put you in soccer, okay?
Ashley's a good name.
It's
a pretty good name, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of classic, but it has a little spice to it too, right?
Yeah. I like Ashley. I didn't even realize that I liked it.
Ashley's a good name.
Yeah. Because I do realize I do want daughters.
I'm going to write that down, Ashley.
I got to remember that. Let's do a little soccer. And then if they don't like it, done. That's where you don't force them. You want your kids to test things out.
Why do you want daughters?
This is a great question.
It's just when you close your eyes, you imagine daughters.
Yeah. I imagine like 2 daughters. I think I like the feminine energy, and I like the beauty and the sort of the home keeping and the.
Everyone in my family has one son, one daughter.
Really?
Both of my sisters and my brother both have one daughter, one son.
Wow. Yeah. Guys, I just feel like would be tough. I don't know. I just picture it, like that. I like the. Yeah.
I'm not against the daughter. I would love a daughter.
Yeah, right. You're not against. Yeah.
But I'm a son guy.
You are.
I need a son.
Yeah.
We will be having kids. We will be having kids until he is born.
You're like an old medieval castleman.
He has not borne me a son.
Your wife's gonna be like, "What?
She is not
who
fruitful.
The hell? What loon did I marry? He's walking around with a basketball, telling me I haven't bore a son yet." Honey, this is insane.
I'm just
no, but I'm the same way. I'm saying I would really specifically like a daughter,
right?
Which is why I'm also, by the way, not having a kid right now, because you can't guarantee these things. This is another thing.
Well, you're happy regardless.
But you got to get to that place.
There might be a little snafu that I'm a little upset. If I don't know if I would want twins. Like if you discover that you got twins, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that would be
2.
It would be sick, but it would be
I really got to hit the road and get some money. You know?
Yeah.
I'm hitting side splitters.
The twins is a real wild
My buddy
card.
Julian shouts. Julian, he probably doesn't listen to this, but Julian is having twins.
Really?
I think.
Oh, congrats,
I think dual
Julian.
daughter. I think 2 daughters.
Because here's the thing too, like the father-daughter relationship, I feel like is just a different one too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a different the protective. It's sort of a There's a preciousness to it.
Yeah. See, I'm looking for basketball games to go to. You're looking for preciousness.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to almost be the only guy in the house. Where I can go complain about that.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob. Thank God. It's tough. It's all, it's just me and a bunch of these chicks.
Yeah.
Ah, man. It's good to get away. He's like, well, you're welcome anytime, Matt.
That's going to be a fun time. I mean, I know that you might not be decided yet on having kids, but I think it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, I think I will.
Having kids.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Eventually.
You got to.
The thing is, I live in a room in Harlem next to a monk in a nonprofit business. and I have $300,000 of debt. So we're not there yet.
You just need a woman that is very successful.
Well, that's actually something
you should be hanging outside Google.
I told you this. I would be down with the powerful lady. Oh yeah.
I would love to be a stay-at-home dad.
I would also not have a problem with that. Not forever, but if I did like a 6-month, 2-year stint, do a little stint.
I'd be a stay-at-home dad, but also get stuff. I'd be like, babe, this script is, I'm not just sitting around. This script is.
Babe, I know. I just
babe,
finished
how's
the laundry.
work? And she's like, I had meetings all day. And all this, like, my boss is on my ass, and she's like, how's yours? And I was like, it's page 26. It really doesn't jive.
It's not working.
Yeah, I've been thinking about.
Well, I knew a guy, my buddy Chris Sharp. His dad was a stay-at-home dad when we were young.
Yeah,
it was kind of legend. He was like going around, he was taking dips in the pool, coming back from the grocery store. I'm like, yo, this guy's crushing it.
I can find I bet the wife was so it would get so on her nerves.
You would think, right? But that's like
coming home and the guy's dipping in the pool. That's just an in-your-face move. That's like coming home and your wife is stay at home and she's like got a glass of wine already. It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah,
and you're all right.
See, I would have to find.
She's already like 2 glasses of wine deep. Like the dipping is the same. It's like, come on.
Yeah,
be a human for a little bit.
I would have to find someone that's cool with that because I'm gonna be doing whatever. I'm not staying at home. You can't be. I never liked that. Like, I never liked the regimentedness of the household.
Yeah,
it's not my.
Driving the kids around to all their little daycares and stuff. If you're the stay-at-home, you gotta drive them around.
Yeah, I like the morning drive
going on
around.
Cruises.
Yeah,
soccer practice. You're chopping it up with all the moms and dads at the soccer practice.
One buddy's doing that like right now. Out in West.
To be honest with you,
my buddy D
sounds kind of nice.
He's digging it, man. He's like coaching the team.
It sounds really nice right now.
Yeah, he's got a sick pad. He's got the flat screen out back,
answering weird questions. The kid's like, "Why are there streets?" And you're like,
you got to see. Come on, man.
Really?
It's
on my list.
It's gonna make you weep. What do we have? We got the car.
107.
We got the car to a nice cruising. I mean, we're probably sputtering out.
I did have a story that I wanted to tell.
Oh.
I don't know whether I should. It'll only take 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, famous last words.
This so I hosted a mic on Wednesday.
Yeah, I remember.
Right, the 5:30.
Yeah.
And the way it works is I was hosting an open mic. An open mic is where a bunch of amateurs go and there's no audience, all this.
Anyone can sign up.
Anyone can sign up. There's no criteria.
Yeah.
So people were Venmoing me to get on the mic, right?
Oh, okay.
$3 to reserve their ticket, their spot. Right. That's what the protocol is.
Right.
I didn't say these rules, but the person who runs it that I'm taking over for, it's $3 mic. So I'm getting a bunch of reservations. I show up to the mic. We do the mic. 2 people don't show up.
Okay.
One of the guys messages me.
Yeah.
Like either that night or the next day. He goes, "Hey, could you reimburse me for
that's stupid.
For the $3?"
He's an idiot.
And I just don't respond.
Yeah, bro. That's the name of the game. No, you don't get your open mic money back.
And it was it bothered me. Like for days. I was thinking about this.
Yeah, like why the fuck did you say anything to him?
I don't respond, but you can see that I saw it. You can see that I saw the message. So I don't respond. Today he messages me.
Oh no.
And he goes, "Hey, are you doing the mic on Wednesday?"
Oh, he's trying to just feel you out.
Yeah.
Oh, because then he's gonna go, maybe you could bring me my money then. Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
But I do this.
Oh my
and by the way, at the mic, I raffled off the $30 that I made from the mic.
No one and by the way, no one's worried about you taking my. It's $3. who is this guy?
Right. So right. So not only
I mean, it's $3. Hey man, like I really need my open mic money back. Jesus Christ. Tell me who he is. I'll Venmo him $3.
I don't know who he like. I know the name now, but I don't think I've ever seen him. And I looked him up. We have 15 common friends on him, so he's a nobody. But so I get
and no one will make it this deep.
That's the thing is that these $3 is so small that I raffled it off at the mic. So I got 10 people signed up. I got $30. At the end of the mic, I put all the names in the bucket again, picked out a name. Venmo $30.
I like it. Doing one because then it's
one person made $27 by going to that.
And that's enough money that it means if you won $30, you can go. That's not bad,
right?
You know, 5.
I bombed,
10,
but I got $30.
I love it. If you had picked 2 names, I would have been like, grow up.
What I wanted to do,
distributing $30.
I gave them 2 options.
Yeah.
I go, we can either raffle it off.
This?
Yes. I go, we can either raffle it off, so it's at random, or we can vote on who had the best set.
Oh, that stings. Because I don't want to see that vote anyway.
But I really wanted to see it. And here's the other thing.
Everyone's like, no one had a good set.
I wanted chaos at this mic. The other way I ran it is that
we could vote for the best set.
Here's the other thing. So I did a bucket system, right?
Yeah.
But I rattled off all the names at once.
Okay.
So I didn't do groups. I'm rattling them off all at once, right?
Okay. Have you heard of, just really quick, have you heard of Pure Chaos, what they do? It's brilliant.
Yeah, where they don't
tell you.
Right, who's next.
They just tell you who's next, and no one can leave the room. Pure Chaos. Shout out. It's brilliant.
So I only like 7 or 8 people had shown up by the time the raffle comes in, right?
Yeah.
So someone shows up after I'd done the bucket. So I've determined the list.
Right. Okay. So
of comedians, what the order is. Someone now shows up.
Are they on the list?
They're on the list,
okay,
but I haven't.
Got it.
But they're not on. They haven't been pulled the name because they weren't there.
Right.
So I look at them. I go, all right. You have 2 options. One, because you came late.
Right.
You can go last because we've already
passed you.
Determined the order.
Okay. Yes. And okay. Yeah.
I didn't put them in the bucket.
Oh, got it. Okay, so for everyone out there, they're not even on the list.
Right.
You pulled the order. Now a new guy's come in.
1 through 7's determined. Now the 8th person shows up.
Boom. You're not going into the regular list.
Right.
Because fuck you, you're late.
Right.
Bingo.
So I go, you have 2 options.
Right.
Either you can go last.
Yeah.
Or you can choose that we redo the bucket.
Oh. So then this guy just feels like an asshole?
Yes. And she goes, what does everyone else want to do?
I can tell you what everyone else wants.
They wanted to keep the...
Although you got to be careful because they might hate you for this too.
Right.
Because you're enabling this person to make this weird choice.
Yes. It's the only mic I'm ever going to run.
I would have called you out. I would have been like, well, here's my question. Why is the host letting this person redo the bucket? That's the first issue.
Because it's my mic. Whoever's mic it is.
But you're calling their bluff. You're going, there's no way you redo the list.
Right.
And then deal with the eyes, the fucking disgust.
Right. Especially for the people that got 1, 2, 3, 4, they're pissed.
Now they're last. Oh, no. So she
goes last. She goes, I'll go last. I don't want everyone pissed at me, right?
So good for her.
Right.
Because although I might have called you on that shit. And you know what I think would have happened if I said redo the list? I would have pushed some of the hate towards you.
Yeah.
And instead of people going, oh, why'd you make us redo the list? They would have gone, you know what? You're right. The host was the idiot.
So then halfway through a mic, another guy shows up.
Oh, man.
And we're halfway through the mic. And I go, all right, you have 2 options. And everyone goes, oh, no. Like I heard some groans because they knew what was coming. I go, you have 2 options. You either go last or you can decide to go bucket for the remainder of the people.
List, right.
The remainder of the people.
Oh,
and he paused for a second. He started crunching numbers a little bit. He's like, I could go early or I could be hated by everyone.
these people this. So he
went last too.
Yeah.
People are good.
This is interesting.
People are good.
You got to keep I want to find out if someone ever comes in there and fucking calls you.
Well, that's the last time I'm ever gonna do it.
Yeah, you don't think she'll use you again?
I won't say yes again. The amount of headache. People hitting me up, they're like,
really?
Is it cool if I show up late? Is it cool if I like Venmo you later? All this stuff. I'm like, God, just show up.
Guys.
Like this guy to hit me up for a reimbursement of $3. So I messaged the guy after he says, he goes, are you doing the mic Wednesday? I go, it is not my mic. That was a one-time deal. Also, I addressed the first thing. It was like days later. It was like 4 days later. I go, also, I wasn't going to reimburse you.
I love a violent also. Because that's not an also like also. I was like also
period.
Yeah.
Space.
Also. You fucking idiot.
I go, I wasn't going to reimburse you for the $3 because you prevented other people from signing up in advance because you took one of the 12 spots.
That's a good, right.
But it's not worth the argument.
Oh, right, yeah.
Here's your $3. And I Venmo'd him the $3.
Oh, good for you. That's real. That's a growth moment. Well, yeah.
But it's really digging at him.
Yeah,
it's an asshole.
He deserves the dig.
It's because he knows that I'm not happy about it.
You're damn right. And
now it's on him.
Yeah.
I'm clear conscience.
That's right.
Now he's all muddied up.
He deserved the dig.
Yeah.
You want this $3? It's coming back lathered and dig. You idiot. Also, I wasn't gonna do this, but
lathered and dig.
Yeah, well, it's disgusting. You better. Here's your $3, and now he's gonna question. He's gonna go, I don't know if I want $3 lathered and dig. Like I like $3.
Well, guess what he messages back?
Yeah.
He goes, I thought it was canceled.
Yes, this guy's a legend.
I didn't respond.
You thought it was canceled by who?
There was never any mention of cancellation on any form of media.
Of course not, because there's no form. None of these mics are fucking legitimate right now. They're just a guy running it. You would have to cancel it.
Yes.
There's no forum.
You don't think I'd send him the $3 back if it was canceled?
Yeah, that's funny. You're not getting the 3 anyway. You're not getting we
canceled the show. But you don't get your money back.
He goes, I thought it was canceled.
He was searching.
He was searching
for something, some way out.
He was floundering.
Yeah. How do I get out of this? Cancellation. That's the only possible.
You know what he did?
Justification.
He got his mitts on the $3 lathered and dig, and he was like, "Oh God, I need. What could I say? Maybe. Oh, I thought it was canceled.
I really hope
that wasn't good enough. I bet he probably sent it because that's no good. That's a shit excuse.
So now I didn't respond, but he can see that I saw it. I hope then like 4 or 5 days he Venmos me back $3.
And he lathers it and dig.
Yeah, he lathers it again.
He gives you a dig. Hey, I would have liked $3, but since you decided to lather it and dig, here it is back. This $3 just goes back and forth.
The other thing is that by me, one of the reasons why
this is a great story.
One of the reasons why I sent him the $3 back too is that a day after the mic, so he messaged me and I was like, I don't have the $3. I raffled it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
I raffled off your $3. It's not.
Did you actually say that?
I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm like, now I'm gonna lose $3. I'm like running a mic. Like no. I almost wanted to message him and say,
I raffled
your $3 is with this guy. You can Venmo him. Can you imagine if the raffle winner gets a message? He goes,
bro, I missed the mic. I know you got the raffle.
Yeah, you got my $3.
You've got $3.
Tobin said that you have my $3.
Can I ask you? Doesn't it cost like a % to send money on Venmo?
So,
okay, because I was about to be like, it's so not worth because it's even going to cost you 30 cents to send $3.
Yeah. So this guy,
like, what's this guy doing?
I don't know. It's not worth the time of thinking about the $3, logging into your phone, sending the message, crafting the message. It's not worth $3. But then a day later,
I don't know. Maybe
a day later, the guy that won the raffle sent me $10. He goes,
so convoluted.
That's why I'm never running a mic again. He sends me $10.
Why?
He goes, you deserve at least 10 for sitting through all of us bombing. He's like, I can't accept all of the payments.
Fascinating. That's weird.
He goes, here's 10. Here's your share.
Do you like
which is funny because like in reality, I kind of deserve all 30.
Yeah, well, you ran the mic, but once you raffled it off, I'm not giving you that money back.
Right, and what's this third?
Yeah, well, no, that's
You're giving me 10 out of 30?
Yeah, that's such a good point. It's such a weird amount. This guy like arrived at like an amount you deserve.
And it took him 24 hours to determine the amount. Like there's $30 at stake, and the amount of time and effort and money exchanging hands just for this mic is crazy.
Hey, man, you deserve at least a third for
like
watching
there are these
us
three
bomb.
guys really wrestling around with these numbers. Like,
yeah,
$3. Do I deserve my $3 back? Do I send them the $3?
Yeah,
I just got $30. Do I even deserve $30?
Yeah.
So once he sent me my 10,
he seemed to think that you listening to the bombs.
Yeah. By
was
the way,
only 10.
Everyone popped. I thought.
Okay, so do you think that was worth 10, or do you think that was worth
No,
more?
I asked it. I asked for it. I ran a mic. I asked for an hour of bombs.
What do you think though the value of like truly, if you had to put a number on it, watching that many people bomb is?
If someone asked me, you're gonna have to sit here
if you
at
had
an open mic, everyone's gonna bomb.
Yeah, like if it was in the marketplace,
would someone have to pay
you got to
me?
value it. You got to value sitting there, like you know, like how much you deserve for sitting there and
Me personally,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If someone was like, "I'll give you $20 to come to the open mic and watch,"
Yeah.
I wouldn't take it. If it was an hour long, this isn't even an hour and a half, Mike. I'm talking an hour.
You wouldn't take $20.
100? I don't even know if I would take $100.
Really?
I might take 100.
Yeah, I think you'd probably take
50. I wouldn't take.
50 you wouldn't take.
My time is worth more than $100 an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I'd
If
take.
you put it that way,
what do? I think I'd take 50.
you don't get to do a set.
Yeah, but it's only an hour. I think I'd take 50. 2 hours, totally different. 2 hours, I want $300.
It goes up exponentially.
No, it really does, because there's just an hour is like I could read a couple chapters of a book. I can tune in and out.
Yeah.
I guess actually maybe you have to listen. You have to.
Yeah. No phone.
Okay.
Text here or there, maybe.
Yeah.
But you're attentive. At 77. Climate, 77.
An hour. 1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour, I think I would take. Oh, maybe you're right, actually. I would take. I'd also go 100, actually. I'd go $100 for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not, once again, you're not there yet.
Yeah.
So that 100's also like traveling to the mic.
Yeah. Right. You got to factor in that. Yeah. It's funny, though, that he said 10. It's just funny to me that he goes 10. You deserve
10.
You deserve 10.
like
he's still.
Like he's went through this exercise himself. He's like,
Yeah.
what should I pay him for this service that he gave us?
Yeah, we all did this, but like maybe I deserve because the raffle. I won the raffle.
I might run a mic where there's
That's
no
so
where there's
stupid.
no host. It's pass the mic.
That's what a lot of mics are.
It doesn't cost any money.
Pass the mics
Just
are
whoever shows up.
Yeah,
The people run it.
there
Peer
is
ran.
there are problems with the pass the mic though, because it is helpful to at least get the reset. Like you don't want someone to do time, but I do think it's good to have someone go Thank this person. Okay, everyone. Here's
everyone clap it up.
Yeah.
Your next comic.
I think just that.
Yeah.
Is actually a thing.
Yeah. So that was the story.
Amount of that's so funny. The amount of money changing hands.
Yeah. Venmo's confused. They're like, what the hell is going on here?
This guy sent you $10.
All right, we good?
Yeah.
All right.